The outpost had been silent for years. Captain Jonah Hale stepped carefully through the overgrown ruins of the colony, his boots crunching broken tiles buried under moss. Vines crept along the walls, reclaiming what had once been a thriving settlement. The last distress signal had gone out over a decade ago. Pirates, raiders, maybe famine. Nobody had ever returned to check. Until now. Jonah's mission was simple: scout, recover salvage, report. Yet as he passed an empty fountain cracked with weeds, he felt the loneliness of the place press in on him. It wasn't just abandoned. It felt forgotten. Then he heard it. A faint sound. Soft. A sob. He froze, gripping his pulse rifle, listening. The sound came again from the collapsed structure just ahead. Carefully, he approached, pushing aside debris until he found her. She was so small, curled against the rubble, her knees to her chest, a thin child with pale lavender skin and eyes too large for her face. Her hair, silvery and tangled, fell across her cheeks. She looked no older than 8 by human years. When she saw him, she gasped, shrinking back. Jonah lowered his rifle slowly, kneeling so his eyes were level with hers. "Hey, it's all right. I'm not here to hurt you." She sniffled, voice trembling. You're human." "That's right." Her lip quivered. Everyone else left. Or died. Jonah's chest tightened. "What's your name?" She hesitated. "Aya." "Aya," he repeated softly. "I'm Jonah. How long have you been here?" Her gaze fell to the ground. "I don't know. Many suns. Many nights." Jonah's throat burned. She must have survived alone since the collapse, scavenging scraps, clinging to life while the galaxy forgot her. Very gently, he extended his hand. "You don't have to be alone anymore." Slowly, Aya placed her tiny hand in his. He took her aboard his shuttle that night. Aya marveled at the lights, the hum of the engine, the sterile neatness of the bunks. She touched everything with reverence, as though afraid it would vanish. Jonah prepared food packs, offering her warm broth. She devoured it, trying to hide how hungry she was. "You've been living off scraps, huh?" he asked. She nodded. "Sometimes fruit, sometimes roots, but no fire." Jonah leaned back, watching her carefully. "Aya, how old are you?" She frowned, tilting her head. "I don't know." He blinked. "You don't know?" "No one ever told me." His heart cracked. "What about your birthday?" Her brows furrowed. "What's that?" Jonah stared at her. Slowly, he set down his spoon. "You don't know what a birthday is?" She shook her head. "I never had one," she whispered. "No one ever gave me a day. No one ever celebrated me." The words hit Jonah harder than any battlefield wound. A child who had never once been told her life mattered, who had never known the joy of a cake, a candle, or a wish. Aya's voice broke. "Am I not supposed to have one?" Jonah swallowed hard, leaning forward. "Aya, everyone deserves a birthday. Everyone deserves a day to feel special. You most of all." She blinked, eyes shimmering. "But I don't have one." Jonah smiled sadly. "Then we'll make one." The next day, Jonah set to work. His ship wasn't exactly stocked for parties, but determination could work miracles. He scavenged flour substitute from ration packs, a sweetener vial from medical stores, and even a can of compressed dairy foam from emergency reserves. Aya watched curiously. "What are you doing?" He winked. "A surprise." She tilted her head, puzzled but fascinated as he mixed ingredients, humming off-key to keep her guessing. She laughed once, a small, startled laugh that lit up her face like starlight. Jonah nearly dropped the mixing bowl, stunned by how beautiful the sound was. Hours later, the tiny oven beeped. Jonah pulled out a lopsided, slightly burnt but unmistakable cake. Aya's eyes widened in disbelief. "What is that?" "It's your birthday cake," Jonah said proudly. She blinked rapidly. "For me?" "For you," he confirmed. "Because today, Aya, is your first birthday." He dimmed the cabin lights and set the cake on the table. He'd managed to stick a single emergency spark stick on top, glowing faintly like a candle. Aya stared at it, lips parted, hands trembling. Jonah knelt beside her. "Now, on birthdays, we make a wish. Something your heart wants more than anything. Then you blow out the candle." Her eyes filled with tears. "I don't know what to wish for." "Then wish for whatever makes you happiest." Aya leaned forward, closing her eyes. Her face glowed in the faint sparklight. For a long moment, she was silent. Then gently she blew. The spark fizzled out. Jonah clapped. "Happy birthday, Aya." Her shoulders shook. She buried her face in her hands, sobbing. Alarmed, Jonah reached for her. "Aya, did I do something wrong?" She shook her head, choking out words between tears. "No one ever did this. No one ever made me feel like I mattered. No one ever told me I deserved a day." Jonah gathered her into his arms, holding her tightly. "You deserve this. You deserve every day, Aya. And from now on, you'll never be forgotten again." From that night forward, Aya changed. She still woke from nightmares, still flinched at sudden noises. But slowly, she began to smile more. She asked questions about stars, about Earth, about music. She loved listening to Jonah's old recordings, especially the children's songs, which she hummed softly to herself when she thought he wasn't listening. One evening, as they sat watching the stars outside the viewport, Aya whispered, "Jonah?" "Yeah. Thank you for giving me a birthday." He ruffled her silvery hair, smiling. "Get used to it. You've got a lot more coming." She giggled, leaning against him. Months later, when they reached Terra Nova Station, Jonah filed for guardianship. Officials frowned, citing interspecies complications, but Jonah didn't care. He argued until his voice was hoarse. This girl had been abandoned, forgotten, and she deserved a family. Aya clung to his sleeve through every hearing, terrified they might separate her. Each time, Jonah promised, "I'm not letting anyone take you away. You're my kid now." Finally, the court relented. Aya Hale was officially registered as his daughter. That evening, Jonah surprised her again, with another cake. This one baked by a real station chef, fluffy and perfect. Aya's eyes sparkled as candles lit up the dimmed room. "Another birthday?" she asked. Jonah grinned. "Why not? You missed a lot. We've got years to make up for." As the candles flickered, Aya made her wish. She looked at Jonah, voice steady but full of emotion. "I wish I'll never be alone again." Jonah pulled her into a hug, whispering into her hair, "Wish granted." Aya closed her eyes, safe for the first time in her life. And as the candles went out, she knew her birthdays would never stop. Because for the first time, she truly belonged.